Look at this plant. If I hadn't just pulled it out of the pot, you'd have no reason to think anything was wrong. But underneath the soil, this plant has been dying for weeks. And the leaves never told it. This is not rare. This happens constantly, because plants protect their leaves for as long as biologically possible, even while the roots underneath are failing. By the time you see a problem above the soil, the damage below is often already advanced. That gap can be weeks long, and there is a check you can do right now, in under 2 minutes, that shows you exactly what's happening underneath before your plant ever tells you the hard way. Quick one, comment below if you've ever lost a plant that looked completely fine right up until it didn't. Hit like and share this with a plant owner who only checks the leaves, and subscribe for more plant diagnostics like this. Let's get into it. Here's why the gap exists. Leaves store energy from photosynthesis, and when roots start failing, the plant draws on those reserves to keep leaves looking normal for as long as possible. It's running on savings. From the outside, everything looks fine. Underneath, the root system can already be losing 30, 40, sometimes 50% of its function, and this isn't a sign you're doing anything wrong. It's just how plants are built. Here's the part nobody tells you. When roots start rotting or get so compacted they can't take up water anymore, the leaves usually don't react for 2 to 4 weeks. The plant is running on stored energy the whole time. So a plant that looks fine isn't proof the roots are fine. It's proof the roots haven't lost the fight yet. That gap is exactly why checking roots directly is the only reliable way to catch a problem early. The weight test. Before you even touch the soil, lift the pot. A pot that feels unusually heavy for days after watering often means the roots have rotted and stopped absorbing water, it's just sitting in the soil. A pot that feels suspiciously light even right after watering usually means the roots are so compacted or dried out they can't hold moisture at all. Try it now if you've got a plant nearby. Lift it. Does that weight match how long it's been since you watered? If it feels off in either direction, that's your cue to move to the next step, actually pulling the plant out and looking. How to unpot without damage. If it's a flexible plastic pot, squeeze the sides all the way around first. This loosens the root ball from the walls before you pull anything. Then tip the whole pot on its side, support the plant at the base of the stem, not by pulling the leaves, and gently slide the root ball out. If it resists, never yank. Run a butter knife around the inside edge of the pot first. Once it's out, don't shake all the soil off immediately. Gently loosen the outer inch with your fingers first so you can actually see the roots without tearing healthy ones in the process. 2 things you can actually see before the obvious symptoms. First, a subtle slowdown in growth rate, a plant that used to put out a new leaf every 2 to 3 weeks now taking 5 or 6. Most people dismiss this as seasonal. Second, new leaves emerging slightly smaller or slightly duller than the plant's established size. Both are subtle, which is exactly why almost nobody catches them, but both are strong early clues that root function is compromised. Here's the 2-minute check. Tip the pot on its side, support the base of the stem, and gently ease the pot away rather than pulling the plant. You don't need to expose the whole root system, just gently loosen the soil at the outer edge with your fingers to see and touch a representative section. If that section looks and feels healthy, that's a strong indicator for the rest. If it looks compromised, that's your signal to look further. The 3 sense check. Look, healthy roots are white, cream, or light tan, and plump rather than shriveled. Touch, healthy roots feel firm and slightly springy, they hold their shape. Smell, healthy soil smells earthy or neutral. Now compare, damaged roots are dark brown or black, they feel mushy or slimy and often the outer layer slips off entirely, leaving just a thin strand behind. And root rot has a distinct, sour, unpleasant smell that's genuinely hard to miss. Side by side, the difference is obvious once you know what you're looking for. That's really the whole skill here, knowing what normal looks like so trouble is impossible to miss. Fixing root rot. For root rot, trim away everything that's brown, black, mushy, or hollow, cutting back to firm white tissue. Sterilize your scissors between cuts with rubbing alcohol so you're not spreading rot to the healthy sections. Repot into fresh, well-draining soil in a clean pot. Never reuse the old soil, it's likely holding the fungus that caused the rot in the first place. Go easy on watering for the next 2 weeks while the remaining roots recover. And check the pot itself has real drainage holes. Root rot almost always starts because water had nowhere to go. Fix the root, but fix the setup too, or you'll be back here in a month. Fixing a root-bound plant. If the roots are pale and firm but tightly wound in circles, following the shape of the old pot, that's not rot, that's root-bound. The plant's simply outgrown its home. Gently loosen and tease the outer roots apart with your fingers so they're not stuck in that circular pattern anymore. This signals the plant to start growing outward instead of choking itself. Move up to a pot about 2 inches wider in diameter, not more. Sizing up too far leaves excess wet soil the roots can't use yet, and that can trigger the exact rot problem we just fixed in the last segment. Here's something that trips people up. Root rot and severe drought damage can look surprisingly similar at first glance. But they need opposite fixes, and guessing wrong makes things worse. Watering a drought-damaged system less finishes the job the drought started, and letting a rot-damaged system dry out more just delays addressing the actual saturation problem. The tell is texture. Rot-damaged roots are mushy, slimy, and darker. Drought-damaged roots are brittle and crumbly, and paler. Wet feeling and falling apart versus dry feeling and snapping. The specific pattern most responsible for silent root damage isn't consistent overwatering, that tends to show obvious, faster symptoms. It's the inconsistent cycle, letting soil dry out far more than the plant prefers, then compensating with a heavy soak, over and over. That repeated whiplash between drought stress and saturation stress damages root tissue gradually over months, without ever looking like one dramatic event, which is exactly why it flies under the radar. So how often should you check? 3 checkpoints, every time you repot, roughly once every 1 to 2 years, anytime you notice an unexplained growth slowdown, and after any period of inconsistent watering. That's it. You don't need to check every plant every month, since that level of disturbance can cause more stress than it prevents. And if you do find early damage, a small compromised section with the rest of the root system healthy, the fix is simple. Trim it back to healthy white tissue with clean scissors, adjust your watering toward consistency, and monitor over the following weeks. That's usually all it takes. To recap, leaves can look fine for weeks after root function starts failing, because plants run on stored energy to protect visible growth. The earliest signs are a subtle growth slowdown and slightly smaller, duller new leaves. Check roots at repotting, after any unexplained slowdown, or after inconsistent watering, using the look-touch-smell method. Have you ever lost a plant that looked completely fine right up until it didn't? Tell me what happened in the comments. It genuinely helps other plant owners recognize the same pattern. Like this video, share it with someone who checks by leaves alone, and subscribe for more plant diagnostics like this. See you in the next one.